I welcome you all to this video. It's a continuation from the previous video, grade 12 genetics. That was part 1 where we discussed a number of things. So if you are new to this video, please make sure you watch the previous video under genetics. So in this video, we'll be looking at only two things, okay, that are of importance, and one of them is the blood group inheritance, okay. One of the things we'll be discussing, and the other thing will be uh, sex-linked um, sex-linked genes, okay, or inheritance. Okay, this is, we'll look at some diseases that are inherited due to the fact that they appear on the sex chromosomes. Okay, so we will start with the blood group inheritance. Okay, so we'll discuss blood group. Okay, now a blood group is just a way of categorizing the type of blood a person has, okay, based on the antigens that are found on the red blood cell. Okay, that's the simplest definition that we can give under blood group. Just a way of categorizing or grouping different types of blood, okay, based on the fact that we have on our antigens these antigens that give us the type of blood group. So there are three alleles, okay, three alleles. So we discussed what an allele is in our previous video. So three alleles that control blood group. Okay, three alleles that control blood group, and these three alleles, you have A, B, and you have O. Okay, so there are people that have blood group A, those that are of blood group B, and those that are of blood group A. And we also have other people, like myself in particular. I possess both A and B, so I have blood group AB. Okay, and the alleles, we write them using the letter I, and then we put A. So this is blood group A, and then this is blood group B. Okay, and then you have okay. Now if you have two of these, this is where you get AB, okay, which is codominant. We discussed that in our previous video. Okay, it's codominancy. Okay, now blood group, we can say blood groups, blood groups A and B are dominant, okay, blood group A and B are dominant, while O is recessive. Okay, so these are dominant, meaning that they will express themselves whenever they are together with a recessive one. Okay, and we discussed that in the previous video. Okay, so now to continue here, meaning we can have this type of arrangement. Okay, so if someone is of blood group A, they inherit A maybe from the mother and O maybe from the father. Okay, these will call them genotypes. Okay, I'm gonna write it up here. Genotypes, different types of genotypes that we have under blood groups, and then here I'm going to have phenotypes. We discussed what phenotypes is in the previous video. I won't be discussing a lot of things here. So when you have this type of genotype, you inherit A from mother and O from father maybe, but your phenotype is basically just blood group A. Okay, your phenotype will be blood group A, and because we said O is recessive, right? It won't express itself. So your blood group will just be blood group A. But again, you can have this type where you get A from mother and A from father. Okay, uh, this is more of a homozygous type of inheritance. This is a heterozygous type of inheritance. We discussed what heterozygous and homozygous mean. This is also classified as blood group A. Okay, and if you have this A, you get both A and from the father you get B. Sorry, supposed to be B here. This is what we call blood group AB. Now, blood group AB is somewhat special because both of these two are dominant and they both express themselves. So we call this codominance. We call this what? Codominance. A and B are both dominant and they express themselves at the same time. Right? Okay. This is a type of blood group that um, I have myself. Okay. Codominance. And then we also have blood group. If it's B and O, this is referred to as what? Uh, blood group B. Okay, and if we have so if we have B, you get B, another B from both parents. This also is blood group B. Okay, and then now for O to exist, you notice O is there, but then it's recessive. Okay, so for O to exist, for someone to have blood group 1, blood group O is very common. Okay, meaning that they simply inherited O from father and O from mother. Okay, and that is when you have blood group O. Okay, blood group O. Okay, so now blood group O is somewhat special. Now I'm not going to go into details in this. I will just say blood group O is called the universal donor. Universal donor. Okay, it can be donated to all the types of blood groups. Okay, so this you can give all to any of these blood groups. Okay, because all lacks certain things, and I don't think I need to explain much on that in this video. Maybe in our next video when we look at blood, we can touch those things when we talk about the surface antigens found on the red blood cell. Okay, but here we're just going to say that blood group O is a universal donor. It can be given to any other type of blood group. And then blood group AB is it's universal recipient, meaning it can receive any other type of blood. Okay, universal recipient. Okay, universal recipient. Okay, now these things that so in my other video that I posted some time back, we were solving a case, a paternity case. It was a 2023 question paper. Just check on my videos, you'll find it, where a girl uh, accused someone of being the father of the child, and after doing the genetic cross, that was discovered that the child was actually his. Okay, blood group can tell that. Okay, um, let's do an example before we go to the sex-linked inheritance. Okay, so in this example, we are going to see just something. Okay, let's say you have a father and you have a mother here. Okay, now we say, let's say the father is, let's have the phenotypes here. Say the father is homozygous A. Okay, homozygous A. Now, homozygous A meaning you have both A and A. Okay, and the mother is heterozygous B. Now, heterozygous B is where you have B and O, something like this. So let's do the genotype. Just teaching how you can make these crosses and blood groups. So the genotype, homozygous A, it will be this. Okay. Okay, and heterozygous B will be something like this. Okay. Then when we make a cross, you want to see the possible outcomes of the children or from these two parents. Okay. So these will eventually separate at meiosis. Okay. So meiosis is just cell division. Okay, they separate like that, and we call them gametes. Okay, we call these gametes. Okay, this process is called meiosis. Okay, then now we have to start now doing the crossing. Okay, this can cross with that here. I'm sure you know by now how to do this. Okay, this one comes, this is B, and there you have blood group AB. Okay, you bring this one here, this is A, cross it with that on the other side. I just like to do my crossings like that. I'm used, just that's how I was taught anyway. Okay, and we bring this one here, we cross it with this one has crossed with the first one, so it has not crossed with this one. We just cross them like that. That will be AB again. And this one lastly comes here. It has only crossed with this one, but not with the first one that side. So to come like that. Okay, and this will be blood group A. Okay, so we call this F1 genotype. Okay, and then F1 phenotype will be, this is called blood group AB, this is blood group A, this is blood group AB, and this is blood group what A. Okay, so this is how you can perform these test crosses for blood groups. Okay, this is how we can do them. Just simple, straightforward, depends on what the question is asking you. Okay, so let's now go to sex-linked inheritance. Okay, so sex linked inheritance. Okay, so we're looking at how it is determined. Okay, whether you are going to have a male child or a female child. Okay, so sex inheritance or sex determination or determinants. Okay, sex determinants. Okay, so the sex of a person, whether they are going to be male or female, it is determined by the sex chromosomes. Okay, So there are two types of sex chromosomes. You have the X chromosome as well as the Y chromosome. Okay. So the X chromosome here and the Y chromosome together, we call these as sex chromosomes. Okay. There are 46 chromosomes, and these are in pairs. Okay. And the 23rd pair is the X. What determines. Okay. So a female. Okay. All females, if they are normal females, okay, I'm saying normal because there are many disorders that can come up, but that's not that's beyond the scope of this video. So if a normal female should have X and X. Okay, if you inherit the X chromosome from your mother and the X chromosome from your father, you're going to actually be female. Okay. And then if you get X chromosome from either parent and you from the mother, and you get Y from the father, you are male. Okay, so all males have X and Y, and all females have got X and what? X. Okay, so now let's take it. This was we do a cross just right here. This was the mother and this was the father. Okay, let's perform a cross here. We see the children that so you are going to have X there and X there. Okay, X there and Y there. And when we do a cross here, just to see the possibilities. Okay, you have X and X, so that will be X. So this is a female. Okay, this is a male. Okay, then like that. This is also male, female, and this with that. This one is a male. Okay, so you have female. Why? Because you have X and X. Then this is male. This is also female. This is male. Okay, so this is what determines the sex. Yes, by inheriting. When you inherit a Y chromosome, you become male. When you inherit the X chromosome from both parents, you become female. Okay. Now we have what we call sex-linked. Okay, sex-linked genes. Okay, just the name itself, these genes are linked to the sex chromosomes. Okay, just the name itself tells you that these genes are linked to the sex chromosomes. Okay, so we can say this is the occurrence of a non-sex gene on the sex chromosome. And for this level, under O level biology grade 12, we are talking about the X chromosome. Okay, so you can have me just try to explain it further so that you just get what I'm trying to say. Let's say this is the X chromosome. Okay, we give just this illustration here. This is the X chromosome, the centromere there. So this is a sex chromosome. Okay, now if this sex chromosome has a gene at a particular point, and this gene only occurs on the X chromosome, Okay, this will mean that this gene is just linked to the X chromosome alone. Okay, so we're saying the occurrence of a non-sex gene on the X chromosome. So you can have a gene here. Let's say this gene here is what will result into what we call hemophilia. Hemophilia is a sex-linked disorder, okay? Hemophilia, or what we can say colorblind, okay? Okay, so meaning these two types of genes, you inherit them, and you inherit them on the sex chromosome, okay? You inherit them on the sex chromosome. But on the Y chromosome, they do not occur. So they do not occur on the Y chromosome, okay? So let's talk about hemophilia to just and understand this hemophilia. So hemophilia occurs on the X chromosome, right? Okay, so we can show it like this. On the X chromosome here, if you have capital H, it means this is normal. You are not hemophilic, okay? Normal. But if it occurs in a small letter here, it means you are hemophilic. Okay, means you're actually hemophilic. Okay. Now what will happen here is on the Y chromosome is not there. Okay, so in females, okay, you have three possibilities, and in males you only have two possibilities. Okay, so females, they inherit both X and X, right? And if they inherit normal chromosomes, normal here and normal here, this is a normal female. Okay, we say it's a normal female. But if they inherit maybe one normal and one hemophilic, here they are not hemophilic, but since they are carrying the gene for hemophilia, we call them carriers. This is a carrier female. And if they inherit hemophilic on both, here now there, call them, this is a hemophilic female. So these are the three possibilities I was talking about. But under the male, there are only two possibilities, because hemophilia only occurs on the X chromosome. You are either normal or you are hemophilic. So this is normal male, and then this is hemophilic male. Okay, so that is how it is. Right? So for males, there are no carriers. Okay, because of this, hemophilia is more common. Hemophilia is more common in males than females, because males, they no carrier. You either have it or you don't. Once you just inherit it, you are already hemophilic. And now we're talking about hemophilia. What is hemophilia? It's just a blood disorder where a person is missing some clotting factors, and this causes them to actually have prolonged bleeding. Okay, it causes them to actually have prolonged bleeding. Okay, so this is the same thing that will take place even in what we call color blindness. Okay, color blindness, we say this one is normal, this one is color blind. So the same thing will happen The same pattern happened because they are both sex-linked genes. So you're going to have three possibilities in females and two possibilities in males. Okay, so I think we can end this video here. I didn't want it to be this long. Okay, let me know if you have got any questions. Otherwise, this is all what you need to know under genetics for now. The only thing you need to do now is just to practice with different types of questions. Okay, so see you in my next video. Share the video with your friends and your families. Those that would like to do tuitions with us, we offer tuitions online. You can leave a comment in the section or get my number from the description, and we'll be able to get in touch.